Hello guys, this is FX Mesh welcoming you again to my channel where I conduct price action and forex index analysis. What I do basically here is to every week is to use price action to analyze instruments. It may be forex or indices or crypto, and I use that to really find opportunities and take them, and I also give some few tips as to what I've observed and the lessons learned regarding the trade I've taken. Now this week I did take a few trades. I looked at the US oil. I think I took a trade on the US oil. It went very well. I also ventured on the GBP USD. GBP USD I used the monthly time frame analysis, but in my own opinion it didn't really go well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the multi time frame and use simple break and retest strategy to be able to analyze. I will explain why I'm using simple break and retest, because the market is dynamic. So different strategies work best for different market conditions and different position of the market. Now sometimes the market, you could see a ranging market, and a certain strategy might be good for that. Sometimes you might see just a market creating higher highs and lower highs. There's a certain strategy that's good for that. Then also looked at NAS 100, the NAS 100 that I was looking at in the past week, where I ran into losses, but somehow I waited for the market to reverse back. It actually did reverse back, and then I changed the whole arrangement. I cleaned the whole setup, and I made a clean different setup for the new coming week. Now this video is for specifically for let's see, for the 11th of July to 15th of July, which is this week that is ending, and also analysis for the coming week, which will be 18th to 22 of July 2022. So let's go to the chart now and see how it all went. Let's go to the chart now. Catch you in the next slide. Guys, this is FX Mesh smashing it again. What is going on, guys? You're welcome back to my channel, and this time around I'm going to start the week with the trade I've been holding, NAS 100, and I took this simple trade last week and ran into losses. I took it because I was trying to take advantage of the inversely proportional relationship between indices and the USD, such that the USD gained strength, and because of the momentum with which it picked up and continued with, I took a sell on one of the indexes, which is called NAS 100 USD, and in the process somehow it looks like the NAS 100 wasn't really driving down as much as possible. It actually entered profit to a certain point. Then it entered and it went back again, reversed back into losses, but it didn't stop me out. Then I'll have to leave it all through the week. Then now I'm starting on again, and what I've done is to draw. I've marked this point, and I've identified it as a very strong level. So a strong level because the market reacted here and also reacted here. Then I have to put a entry here, and you can see because of this entry now, the market is already reversing into profit. Once it crosses this line, this red line, then I'll be in profit. Then I can close it. This is a very bad trade. I didn't. It's a very bad entry. For me, the way I've seen it, I don't like to allow trade stay so long, but that's fine. So we'll be starting the week. Today is Tuesday, 12th of July 2022, New Zealand time. We'll be starting the week by looking at the strength of the US dollars. The position of the US dollars in the week so far. This week, 11th to 15th. So let us first of all start by saying that I'll be trading. I would like to look at the US dollars, and the US dollar pair. We have impact because of the behavior of the US pair in relationship with other pairs. Now, if you're looking at the US dollars particularly, try to check this, try to look at the strength of the US dollar. It's better to look at the US index, and the US index is the US index is the strength of the US pairs to all the major currencies combined together in a picture. So what it means here, DXY, which is a symbol of the index, whatever direction of the chart is, describes the strength of US pair. What I mean is, you can see from let's put it 4 hours time frame. A 4 hours time frame, you can clearly see that the dollar index is pushing to the upside and breaking certain previous levels, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and has pushed to the upside. The reason why I marked this line, this broken line, is to show that the wick started on after this line. So once you see anything past this line to the right is when this week starts, 11th. So let us draw our let's scale in and mark our session break to identify the days of the week. Now on the 4 hours time frame which we are in, you can see I'm not trading on the dollar index. I'm just trying to use it as a meter, as a strength meter, to see what most likely the US dollar will do. And you can see that it's a push to the upside, is gaining, keeps gaining momentum. So what does that signifies? It signifies that the US dollar is probably going to give us more strength. So if the US dollar gives us more strength, it means that this NZD, for example, I'm not going to enter. I won't open it. I'll just show you from here. NZD USD means it's going to go down. If there's more strength to the US dollar this week, this is the overall strength of the US dollar compared to other currencies. It means that this is going to go down. This one could react in such a way that this one will go down as well, because why the US this NAS 100 is an index, US 30 is an index, so US 30 is expected to go down if this pushes higher. That's the normal rule of thumb. US 500 the same thing. German 30 is an indices. On these ones we should go down as the US going up. Then GBP USD will go down as well, because USD is the prefix. Sorry, is the suffix. Right? Euro USD will go down because USD is on the right side. It's on the suffix. USD CHF will go up because US is on the prefix. Gold USD, it will affect the strength of the US dollar will affect gold because USD is on the what? On the suffix. So now I deliberately arranged as much US dollars pair or US related pairs in this manner. Now for Bitcoin as well, Bitcoin is also reacting as well, the same thing. You can see Bitcoin, I'm already in profit. I took a free level from this point to this point downwards, and it reversed around the 0.68 area. I drew a line, I didn't take it, it bounced, came up again here. Then I had to, then I took since it bounced at the same level, I drew this counter trend line, and you can see wonderful profits in Bitcoin. You can see I'm in profit in Bitcoin because it's showing that the US is a sign that the US dollar is gaining strength. This is what a 4 hours time frame, wonderful pattern, and in profit for BTC USD. Now our main focus is GBP USD today. You can see the trend is already pushing to the downside. The market started on the 11th. You can see that US dollar is gaining significant strength. I want to mark the I would like to mark the day with this, sorry, the week with this broken line, so we know where we are. And you can see a push to the downside, clear push to the downside, and this is a key level. That's why this green line is a key level. Let's go to a higher time frame to see what I mean. Okay, now it's a trend line, rather it's a trend line. Now first of all, let's take this one out. I'll explain. Now on the 4 hours time frame, I want to explain the build up from the beginning of the week, how I want to trade GBP USD. Okay, now I go to a higher time frame that is clear enough for me to see what is happening and to see what happened in the past. Now I go to, you can start with a monthly time frame. You can start, this monthly time frame is very clear. The monthly time frame shows clearly that the GBP is pushing to the downside. You can see it pushing to the downside with this thick trend line, green thick trend line. You can see push to the downside, very clear. There's nothing else to explain there. It's very, very clear. Now a baby can even identify that the market is going downwards. And now as it's going downwards from the past, even from here, from around 2009, is it 2000 and that's 2000 from since 2000 it's 2000, let's say 2007 November 1st, you can see that GBP has been gaining significant force. So we now step down to a weekly time frame and see exactly what's happening, because we were paying attention to this area that we want to trade in line with what has happened in the past. So because we don't want to trade on a higher time, on a week time frame, we just begin to figure out and zoom in to see exactly what's happening in the chart. Now every candlestick here is a week, represents a week. We don't want to wait for a whole week to understand how the market is going. I want to zoom in and enter at 15 minutes time frame. So I step down to a daily time frame. Now every candlestick here is it represents a daily time frame. And what do you see so far? Remember that this line it signifies the beginning of the week. You can see so far that the US dollar has been gaining strength by pushing to the downside and the continuation of the trend. So what do? We push to the 4 hours time frame. A 4 hours time frame signifies every candlestick here is 4 hours, and you can see for every 4 hours since when this week started, there have been a push to the downside, and that is how it has been. I drew this blue line because it's a key level. It's a very sensitive level from the past, so that's how it goes. Now secondly, what do? We now have to draw two horizontal lines to indicate the highs and the low of the week. What do I mean? The first two candlesticks that formed yesterday, which is Monday, has to be highlighted. This is the first two candlesticks, this one and this one. Is it? Oh, no, this one. I think this one. Is this one and this one. These first two candlesticks are very important. So I draw the first one under, okay, and I draw another one on top. Start from here, on top here. All right, now we want to distinguish the color, so we'll just change the color to, let's say, we can change it to, let's say, green or pink. Let's say pink to pink to pink. Is it pink or purple? Purple color. Is it pink or purple? Let's see, what was it? Well, anyway, yeah, that's it. So I think it's pink. So then we identify them and say, okay, oh, this is the high of the week. That's the high. The line on top is the high of the week. Okay, the high of the week. Put it on top here, big, clear, so we can see it. Then we have the low of the week. We have the low of the week. I won't focus on too many pairs, so that this video is not too long. But I'm just trying to show you how I set up for the week. Now you can see the high and the low of the week. High of the week. High of the week. All right, very good. High and low of the week. Now our directional bias will now be the candlestick that broke the high or low of the week. The first candlestick that broke the high or low of the week will give us the signal, the direction to which the market might go mostly in the week. The directional bias candlestick is what? This one that broke it. And look at it, it broke it clearly and it's pushing to the downside. So it means US dollar is gaining strength and it's in line with the previous trend line that have been building up. Okay, so what do? We identify, write it here and see directional bias. Directional bias candle. The directional bias. I don't write too much. Is what is sell. It's a big sell. Okay, so we're going to be looking out for sales, mostly sales this week. I can bring it further here. I can bring this one further here. I can bring this one further here. Okay, our directional bias is what? Is sell. So we're going to be looking out for sales this week. Okay, that's what we'll do for the first day. Now in the second day, now is this broken line, which is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Like I said before, Tuesday 12th July 2022. So now it's pushing to the downside. You can see it's pushing to the downside. Now this line is very important from the past. It has broken this line. So what we want to do is that it's also giving us a sign that there's going to be more sales. Although there will be buys in between, but there will be sales by the time we get to this point by the end of the week, which is around 17, around here, 15, 17 should be around here. Maybe it might go down, go up and go down, whatever. But between here and here is the week. So we have enough space to get some pips or get some profits. So now I'll continue with the analysis. Now, secondly, is to mark psychological levels. Psychological levels are rounded up levels. For example, if you go to buy some you go to where there's a purchase and goods, the exchange of goods and services and money is being exchanged, and you want to purchase some items. Normally, we usually round up the cost of that or what you are paying for to a round up the price to a rounded up figure, and that's how it is here in the markets, where we identify rounded up figures. Like for example, 1.18200 is a psychological level. 1.18000 is a psychological level. 1.19600 is a psychological level. All those rounded up figures are psychological levels, and these psychological levels are where are important in trading, because that's where people look out for. For example, let us identify psychological levels. Now around certain key sensitive area, like this area here on top of this high, let's find the psychological level there and identify it. We have 2400. So 2400. That's psychological level. If at 2400 level, 400, let's do 2300. Let's go downwards. 2300. Let's go downwards. Okay. We'll go 2300. It's gonna then when we finish, we'll keep going down. 2300. Okay, that's too close. 20. Let's say 20,000. Let's go 20,000. Let's just spread it up. Let's spread it up so we can have psychological level all over the place as much as we can. Okay, then we can have let's have another one again from 2400 to, yes, then we can have 19400. Let's have 19400 and let's spread it up all over the place. Psychological levels. 19. Let's say 19. Okay, this is, take this one out. This one is 200. Let's do 200 first. 200. Okay, I'm trying to spread it up just evenly and as much as I can. I put one here. Let's see, 1918, 1.18400. Let's put 1.18400, 1.18400, 1.18400, 1.119, sorry, 1.19400. Is it 18? Oh, sorry, 18. It takes some time to really get exactly what you want, you know. And to be patient. So you spread up the psychological level just across, and you can see that around this place, you can see there's a wick around this area. We can also find the psychological level there as well. You can expand it and see you got 18900. So I can put it here and say, okay, 18900, 18900. Psychological levels being drawn. You see, and the market is down here. Look at this way the market is. So we have another one again. Let's open it up and see what we have. We have 18700, we have 18700, we have 18600, 18600. We have 18600. The reason why 18600, okay, yeah, we have 18700, we have 18700, we have 18700, 18700, 18700. So these psychological levels help us helps us in our entries. So I think we've drawn yeah, so they will have 1900. Let's put 1900 as well. 19400, sorry, 19400. We just want to spread it all across. Yes. So the way this strategy works is, this strategy first of all is called the multi-time frame strategy. The multi-time frame, where we use 2 time frames to arrive at our entry, or we use our two time frames to set up. All right, now the next thing, after drawing psychological levels on 4 hours time frame, we now start drawing trend lines. Let's identify the trend line here. Trend lines are lines that meet at least a straight line that has 2 points connected to a minimum of 2 points. 2 points. One, I can call this one as 1 because in line 1 or 1 1 2, but it's too close. Let's say 1 and 2 points equidistance away from themselves. So 1 2, every other part is okay, but you can see that this line is so straight that all the points are in the line, so which is very good for us. So that's the trend line. Okay, then let us make it a little bit thin so that it doesn't look too, so that's how this thing works. Now we look for W patterns. We look for W patterns in 15 minutes time frame. So after, first of all, what do? We draw our highs and lows on a 4 hours time frame. Secondly, we identify the directional candlestick, which will give us the idea, an idea to how many sales or buys we may be taking, which one will be having more sales, because our directional candle tells us that it's on the sell. Now we now draw psychological levels on 4 hours time frames. After that, we draw trend lines. After that, we go to 15 minutes time frame for entries. Okay, this is how it's going to be. So we now start looking for entries. Now, how to get entries? If you look at the behavior, the price action of GBP USD, you will discover that GBP USD is always forming W. Look at it here, up here, down. You see W. See M patterns all over, M or W patterns. See, you see another one again, up. See W. See, where the W's are small is when this market did not move. See W here. See W here. See W here. See another one again. See another one again here. See. You see W's everywhere. So this one this is an impulse, significant impulse to the downside. And after that significant impulse last week, what the market is doing now is what the market is consolidating. It's now consolidating, and when it's consolidating, it's not clear. Except you have to stay away from the market or wait for it. So how the entry is that once a trend line and a psychological level meets together, and we have the market creating wicks rejection around that point, then that is a good point to sell or to buy or to enter. Now let's go and see what we mean. Let us remove all these ones. Trading involves patience. You have to be very patient, and that patience is part of the discipline. Will be a disciplined trader. Now I've painted here or marked this area because it's consolidating. So what has happened is that after the market, you see this thick broken line starts the week, and you see what the market has done. It has sold down to this point, and what has it done now? It sold all through yesterday. Then towards the ending, towards the, I think it's around the 2, then it begins to consolidate. Then it's now consolidating. We don't know what's going to do, but it appears to be wanting to tank more to the downside. But we'll see how that goes. Now, once, for example, once you see the, you see, once you start seeing W patterns and candlesticks, then of course you can take in, and like for example now here is a kind of an entry, but it's too rough. Here would have been a very good entry, but sometimes you might not, there may not be trend lines to identify. But once you see where weak rejections, clear weak rejection, look at this week, very long. Here can be a signal. If you had entered here a little bit, see if you entered. Okay, let me expand it. It looks too rough. If you see this long wick, see the bar came, the red bar came down. Look at this long wick, very long wick. If you had entered here, for example, you entered here, you would have been in profit here. Take a buy, because after once you have a weak rejection, a bearish wick, and you enter from here, for example, you enter from here, for example, you see something. You see that you'll be in profit. You see, but although there's no trend line, so you look out for wicks. You look out for wicks. See, there's a profit already if I entered there. So now you look out for wicks. So you look out for W pattern in a week, and W pattern of the touches of the market on a point where the trend line was. Like for example, now let me draw a trend line, and you see what I mean. You draw this line here. Look at this, a good point. It's a good point because why? Psychological level, trend line meets the market around where it's creating what a significant number of weeks. Look at almost 5 weeks there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, 6 actually. In that point where this is very good signal, very good signal for what a buy, because it's a sold. It came down, it sold. It now begins to consolidate around psychological level meeting the trend line. And look at it. Look at just imagine you entered here. Imagine you entered here. You entered here. Sniper entry. Just imagine. You enter here, then you wait for it to form wicks somewhere. You can even stop here. You can just imagine how many pips it is. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what you'll be looking at for. So that is how I'm going to be attacking the markets today. I'll be drawing some boxes at points at which I think the market is going to, so you can see this one here. It's even a point where when the market comes up there, then once around that area, then we're going to be looking at for reaction there. So these psychological levels are very important in identifying where market is. Now, I haven't taken any trade really this week. I've just set up GBP USD. My GBP USD is going to be my main focus pair this week. So I will not be running. I might not necessarily be jumping up and down. It all depends on on top of different pairs, but it depends on how it is. If I see opportunities in other pairs, I'll bring it out here on the channel. So we're looking out for opportunities This is the following week. Look at this line, this green line here is showing that the market has, let's see what the market has done so far. The market direction has been such that it has been, see, tanking down. See, then it's started to consolidate somehow. So it's sell all through this week, so sort of. So we'll see how the market goes. If there's any opportunity, I will let you know. Now back to the NAS 100. NAS 100, you can see that the market has really tanked down. This is, I entered this one, I was in losses. Once it's above here, let me bring it to 4 hours so that you can see it clearly. I entered this trade last week. Look at it. Entered this trade last week. It came up. It came up. It entered the profit. It pushed up again, down, then up. Now, then I marked this one. I didn't enter. Actually, if I entered, I would have gained more. But it's still the same thing anyway. This one is now showing that it's coming down. Once it crosses this line, then I'll be in profit. Then I might even wait for the market to push downwards, and maybe I can close anywhere around here if I'm interested. So that's how the market goes. I'm going to be focusing on my GBP USD and staying disciplined to see what the market has for us this week. Now, the most important thing here is the strategy that I'm using. If you like the strategy, you can use it. If you don't like it, that's fine. There are so many strategies. There's so many ways of entering the market you can also look out for to be able to gain profit in the market. This is FX Mesh. I'll come back to it in due time. This is US oil trading with using break and retest strategy, because the market appears to be aligning in this particular kind of simple strategy, break and retest. And you can see that what the market is doing now is that you see this area, there was a consolidation here, but there was a push to the downside, consolidated here, it went up, bounced again, the same area, the same key area, went up again, broke it and retested it. And when there's an impulse, I always say that when there's an impulse, there's also always a correction. If there's an impulse and a correction, then it retests and push to the downside. You take a sell in the direction of the impulse. And now I took a sell. That was last week Friday. Look at US oil and profit. So you can see. So US oil is pushing to the downside. I predicted this thing last week that oil is going to go down, and exactly what I said. Bob is my uncle in this one, and once Bob is my uncle, I'm in profit. Guys, look at it. This is FX Mesh smashing it. What is going on, guys? Back again. What I want to do here is to summarize all the videos you've just watched lately, where I talked about NAS 100, I talked about GBP USD. Those were in the week, in the early part of the week. Today is the weekend where I actually do my review. We also talked about US oil, talked about GBP, JPY, USD, CHF. Now let us go through all those pairs I've just looked at. Now, first of all, NAS 100. I mentioned earlier that NAS 100 was a pair that I took. It's the indices I took last week, and I ran into losses. Then somehow I waited, and I expected the market to tank down. So what I did was to clean all those analysis completely, and I went to a 4 hours time frame. Then you can see, the chart clearly. You can see that it's pushing to the upside. Go to this level. Now take note of this level. Take note of this level. Went up here, came down, came up again to the same level. So there's something very important about this particular level. And wait, let's call it 12,200 USD. So this particular price level is very, very important. Take note of it. It came down again. It pushed to the upside. Now, when it pushed to this upside, there was something I observed around this point. Now, the reason why I'm paying attention to here is that, first of all, I took a free retracement from here to here. From here to here. When you are using the free retracement tool, it's always best used during a trend. This is a trend. That is why I use the free. I want you to see how far possible could the market reverse, and the market could reverse around this area. So it was tagged free level 0.618 sell. It means I'm looking for a sell signal, because I've measured my free retracement and it appears to retrace around this area. It could pull back and go back here, but I think it's going to reverse to this around this area based on what my friend mentioned, and that's why I put here. I say price has broken trend line, waiting for it to retest to go buy. Well, that was what I put before, but it could reverse. I'm expecting it to reverse, but let's see how that goes. Now what I did was to enter a sell here. This is even this is what I wrote before, but I changed my mind because I stepped to a 1 hour time frame, and look at what I observed. I observed that each time price got to this level, when price reacts around this level, came down, broke through it, retested it again to the same level again, you see, went out again, tried to attempted it, it broke past, it retested again, it retested it, it pushed down again, it retested it again here, it put down again, it retested again here, it pushed down a bit and went up again. So now it's retested here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it means that for that the price could likely reverse around this area. Well, it closed here on Friday in the weekend. So what I expect is that I would like to take a sell. To be honest, I take a sell. They put my stop loss a little bit above and watch the market. Let's see how the market behaves in the coming week. That is for NAS 100, using Fib level to measure the reversal pattern of it. Now let's go to GBP USD that we looked at as well. GBP USD, I was using a multi-time frame analysis to analyze the market, and I explained how I came about these lines in the previous video that you watched, and also I told you that I'm looking for opportunities. Now I actually found an opportunity here. I found this opportunity here. What happened was that the market came up here. Now first of all, in this multi-time frame analysis, what the way to take a trade is that when the market gets to a psychological, when the market meets a psychological level and a trend line, and you see weak rejection around that area, then you should be thinking of a possible entry, be it a sell or a buy. Now in this case, the market came down up to this point. Excuse me. The market got to this point, and you see this line here. This line is one of the psychological levels. It got here. I could see it broke past it a little bit, and you can see weak rejection here. And I took a sell here because I felt the market was going to reverse. And you know what happened? The market reversed to the downside. It reversed to the downside. But you know what? I was stopped out, because if you look at this point here, the market has already stopped me out. So I lost this trade. But it's a very beautiful trade. I think I would have extended my stop loss a little bit above, so that I will not be stopped out. But I was stopped out. But this is a beautiful trade because I took a sell by identifying the fact that a psychological level and other lines, psychological level and other lines were met with a weak. That's why I took a sell. Anyway, going further, I would rather clean this particular strategy. That is the multi-time frame strategy, because the way the market is pushing to the downside, it means that I can easily use a break and retest here. I will explain to you. Now, here is a structure. These are structures. These are what? Lower high, lower high, lower low, 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 lower high. Now, if the market is building that particular pattern, why don't we just use a simple break and retest? Because for the market to push to the downside, it must have broken a level. It must have broken a level for it to push down here. I retested it, push the downside, up, down, down. Got the structure, create a structure. Break through the structure, retest the structure, push the downside again, created a structure here, waiting for the market to maybe possibly broke this structure and retest it and push to the downside. You understand? So instead of using the multi time frame analysis, which is really complex because a lot of lines and a lot of drawings and psychological levels has to meet the, so why don't just use a simple break and retest? That's why I was using, I rather recommend a simple break and retest for the GBP USD for now, because it's very clear. You can see break, once it breaks, it's a retest, and you can see very simple analysis. And this was where I actually got that trade I entered that I missed. But anyway, now going further into the new week, which is okay. Now for the US oil, you can see this is a 1 hour time frame. Very simple behavior. Let's start from here. Market built up here, came down, created a structure here, came down, tested this level, came down, tested this level, and is expected to push to the downside. Now, if you look at the news for oil, you see that oil has gone down. Oil went down this week, but it pushed up a little bit on Friday. Friday 15th. But you can see from Reuters website, part of the support is that everybody and their brother who dig down into the Saudi situation sees that they didn't have a lot of capacity left, said John Kudo, partner of Again Capital LLC in New York. You see, so you see oil logged biggest week percentage drop in a month. You see, Libya oil chief says full output to resume after deal. US oil rig count inch up by 2 this week. So you see that also reflects. So if you read, let's just read this. New York July 15th, Reuters. Oil gains 2.5% on Friday after a US official told Reuters that an immediate Saudi oil output boost was not expected, and as investors question whether OPEC has the room to significantly ramp up crude production. The comment during US President Joe Biden's Middle East visit comes at a time when spare capacity at member of Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, is running low. You see? So now let us map this statement with what the chart is saying. And you can see a significant fall in price in oil, and that news came up around this part. So you know what I did around this time? What I did was that, first of all, I know I've explained to you guys before that I took a sell here, a very good sell here, and it closed in profit. Now, when I got that information around I think about 15th, I think it was 15th. If not, let's see what date was it. See, okay, this is see July 16th. So 4 minutes. So let us see. There was already oil dropping low anyway. Around after I've taken this trade and I won this trade. Now the market was consolidating here a bit, trying to see if it was negotiating its way around here, trying to see if it could push itself up. It pushed down, it went up again, and now it's testing this level. So I just marked it and say, you know what, I would rather prefer let the market come down and give me a clean full candlestick to the downside, and I'll just tank it down to this point. This red line is a very strong level. I've marked it from a higher time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let us see. This is the daily time frame US oil, and go down to 4 hours time frame to see the market clearly. Now the market is here. Let's remove this one. Now where the market is now is around here. What I'm waiting for is to allow the market test, which is already testing this level. Now I want to see a full candlestick, a 4 hours candlestick push to the downside and close to the downside. That will give me a confirmation of a sell, which I will take. So that's that for the US oil. Now for GBP JPY, let's go to GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Now I took a sell on GBP JPY because if you zoom out, let me remove this ones. Let me remove this ones first. Now the reason why I did that was that, first of all, I want to remove this sectional breaks. It's looking too rowdy. All right, now let's assume, let's take the market from anywhere. Okay, let's take from here. The market pushed to the upside. Okay, let's make, I want to make my arrows, I want to make the arrow tick so that it's visible. All right, let's start from here. Market built up here to this level, tanked down, made a little bit of attempt to push to the upside, failed, pushed down, it went up, it got to this level, it went up, came down to the same level again, pushed up, came down, got to this level again, this level, watch this level, then it pushed to the downside, went up, came down, went up, came down. Now the market is around here. It's just around here. Now what are we waiting for? I've identified here as a key level. This is my resistance, and here is my support. Now the market is here. When the market is around a level that it has always reacted in the previous times, it's always good for us to pay attention to that. What we are waiting for is that if this market breaks through this level and retest this level, I'll take a buy. If it doesn't do that, if it reverses and give me a full candlestick, 4 hours candlestick to the downside, I'll take a sell and put my take profit here. What I mean is, I'll take a sell after the full bearish candlestick, just under it. I'll take a sell. I'll put my stop loss on top, just on top of this, and I'll put my take profit at this point here of the next structure, major structure. This is a minor structure, this is a major structure, because this is a key level, this is a major level. So this is what I'll do. I'll take this. I'll take a ratio 1 to a ratio 1 to 9. So that's it for the GBP JPY. Now let's look at USD CHF. USD CHF. Now USD CHF is a very interesting setup. Very easy to understand. Very easy to understand. First of all, identify the market moving in this direction, up, down, up. See, it's maintaining the same level. It's respecting this level, and they pushed the downside, came down, respecting this level, and went up. And you know what? When they got to this point, now before I got to this point, I took a buy here. I will explain. I took a buy here. Let's zoom closer and see what I did. I took a buy here. Why did I take a buy here? When the market was building upwards, you know what happened? It was pushing up, break and test, pushing up. Immediately I saw that it broke this structure, this level. I wanted it to come down. It came up here, built itself up here, broke this level with this bullish candlestick, came down, tested it. You can see this full candlestick here. Remember, it's 4 hours, and I saw a 4 hours candlestick to the upside, and I took a buy, a short buy, and I made some profit there. I didn't want to be, normally I would have taken this thing up here. I wanted to test to see where exactly the market was going, but because I was not too, I was sure, but I felt I didn't want to go too, I don't want to go all in. So I would have taken this to this point here. Okay, let's go to lower time frame. Let's see what's happening. You see, then I took my profit here. It was a good trade. The market hit here and came down here. Now I've already identified these two red lines as an area in the past that the market has reacted many times. And you know what happened when the market went up? After I've taken this profit, it went up again, hit this level and came down, and came up again and reacted here and came down. Now the market has formed two double tops. This double top means that this region is strong. So if it's strong, it is not breaking this level. So most likely I'll be looking for a retest of this level to go sell. So that's what I'm looking at for in the coming week. Now this is where we end it. I don't want to make the video too long. The video is already too long. I just want to show you my thoughts concerning my trading and the ones I took. Looking at just a recap. NAS 100. I'm looking for a reversal here to take a sell. Then USD CHF, as I showed you just now, I'm looking for a break and a retest here to take a sell. Once I see the market break in the coming week and I retest, I'm taking a sell to this level. Yes, so that's that for this week. Now let us just look at the US dollar. Now the US dollar in the week has actually gained strength, but at some point in time it consolidated a bit, and that of course that will have a direct and a corresponding impact in the US pairs. And that's it. Now for what we expect the strength of the US dollar to be is that I expect the US dollar to, since it has broken this level and has tested it 2 times, 1, 2, almost the 3rd time now. If this thing pushed to the upside, we'll be expecting the US dollar to gain more strength, of course, and in turn it will affect all the corresponding US pairs. So this is FX Mesh smashing it. I'll be showing more opportunities I'll be taking, because this new week I'm going to be using the simple break and retest to show you how I take trades, and I'll show you the confirmations before I take those trades. So I'll catch you in the next one. I want you to always stay consistent. If my strategies are not aligning with yours, or you're not liking it, you can watch other YouTubers and also learn from other people or any other mentors that can really help you. Because the whole idea of we trading and teaching is just for us to share ideas and for us to make money. And you will require discipline to require you to be able to stay consistent, and always remember to trust the process. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.